Hello guys, I'm Zachary Chelcom, and this is one of my favorite games. One of my favorite games. It got me started into the series that it is in, even though it was not the first. The series is not quite as popular as it is in Japan, but I think you all will enjoy it. We have some mischief, some animal antics, some carnivore action. Oh no! 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 And some big dinosaurs. And some big dragons, too. For all those who have played this game before, or can read the title, probably already know what this game is. But I'm not going to spoil it for those that won't, or haven't. And then we have a battle between the cover monsters. Such an elegant song to start off this wonderful game. This is Monster Hunter Tri. And yes, it was the first game of the Monster Hunter series that I played. And it is still one of my favorites in the Monster Hunter series. Now, mostly starting this to kind of, since not many people have done anything Monster Hunter related on Game Anyone, this will be featured on Game Anyone and YouTube, and we'll try to get it out here, but there's a key difference than most of the other ones. I can't really do it like one of my great Monster Hunter mentors, Shepard, or SocialDissonance. If you haven't checked him out, I would greatly recommend to check him out. I'm going to cut ahead through choosing what my character looks like, because it took a long time, so I'll just cut to that. Had to use the Link voice, though. Anyway, can't do it Shepard style, because he's already done Monster Hunter Tri Shepard style, which means he does every single weapon class for every single monster. I can't do that, because he's already done it. So I'm going to do it all gunner. The whole thing is going to be done as a gunner. And this includes online only monsters. Now I'm gonna talk over this cutscene because there's just some music. There's I know yeah, which isn't really saying anything. It's whatever language people in Monster Hunter speak. That's what they are. It's probably a parody or a dialect, not dialect, but cipher to Japanese in some point, or in some way. But yeah, the kind of stipulations to the gunner only thing is that I will be using well, at least the plan is to have only be using gun or equipment by the time I get to the first boss, because at the beginning of the game it's very hard to get the gunner equipment, unlike some of the other games which you start out with every single weapon available to you. In this one you only start off with the sword and shield. So I have to get the gun before getting to the first boss, which should not be that hard. Oh no, an earthquake. That's not good. So that will be at one point when at the beginning of the game, I will not be using a gun, or a bowgun, because I can't. The second time is when I'm going from low rank to high rank online, when I'll be showing that off, just snippets. I'll be using melee weapons to show off the melee weapons, because they'll already be the boss monsters that we have fought before on the single player mode. So other than that, I will be using bowguns for the entire playthrough of the single player and the high rank of Monster Hunter. Why? Because it will give it an extra little challenge. This is post-commentary, so I'm not going to be reading the village chief. Eventually, I will be doing live commentary with this game, because it'll be more entertaining that way, because you'll get my actual emotion at the time in the harsh boss fights. Another stipulation that I will be doing for the boss monsters is that, because I'm kind of inspired by Shepard and how he does his style of it, I will be doing each boss monster at least twice on camera, and I'll be doing one with a light bowgun. I'll be doing one fight with a light or medium bowgun, because they're almost essentially the same class. There's very small differentiation between the two, but otherwise they're fairly similar. And then the second bout will be fought with a heavy bowgun, because they're very hard to maneuver, but they have a lot more power. Now, after talking to the chief, he gives you 1500 zenny, which gives you just about, actually gives you exactly the right amount of money to buy your first pair of armor, which would be the leather armor. Now, as you can see on the armors, down you have the defense and the stats and other stuff like that. But you also have what says Blade and Gunner. Blade would refer to Blade Master, which is the melee class, and Gunner refers to anybody in this game who would use bowguns. In other games they can also use bows, but they do not have bows in this game. Anyway, I get kind of confused here because it's been a very long time since I've started the beginning of this game. But you are supposed to go find the village chief's son, who is in the Moga Woods. This is Moga Village, if it wasn't obvious, and if you didn't read the text. This would be my house. You have the chest back there, which can hold all of your equipment, and your bed, which you can save there. You can also sleep in this game, which is a very nice addition, because you can pass time a lot easier. This little cat, or feline, as they're called, feline with a Y, F-E-L-Y-N-E, feline, will control, you can get furnishings, which are just kind of like room decorations, and your arena data, which I'll get into the arena at a later date, probably online, Otherwise, we are going to start our actual adventure. It's very weird for an actual Monster Hunter game a Monster Hunter game to have an actual plot. This is basically the first one to have somewhat of a plot, but that's kind of the point of a Monster Hunter game. You're not really supposed to have a plot. It's just supposed to be you fighting really big monsters, which is really fun because the game has an extremely high difficulty curve. But that's why it's fun. Anyway, we get to the annoyance of listening to the village chief as we are trying to go through the Mugga Woods. I say annoyance because, well, it's more of an annoyance to me because I know what I am doing, and it doesn't give you a prompt to when he's going to show up. He just kind of pauses you in mid-animation. Now, why I'm actually doing Monster Hunter Tri rather than some other Monster Hunter game is that, one, it is my favorite, and two, it's the most recent Monster Hunter game to North America. No, actually, that's kind of a lie. North America actually just got another Monster Hunter game, which is Monster Hunter iPhone. Monster Hunter... I will look up the exact name right now. Monster Hunter... Going to the Monster Hunter wiki, which will be put in the video description, or the video description on YouTube, if you are looking for that. Let's see, where is it? But where I am right now, you can get herbs and other sort of plant material, which is very, very helpful. Oh, here it is. It's Monster Hunter Dynamic Hunting, which I have seen the trailers for, and I don't count that as a Monster Hunter game. That is more of a, let's play Monster Hunter, kind of. Let's put the textures and the renderings on Monster Hunter on the iPhone, but let's make it like somewhat of a fighting game. Like, by fighting game, I mean on the standpoint of like Soul Calibur or Street Fighter. It doesn't really sit well with me. I don't count it as a Monster Hunter game. Maybe as something to pass the time, but not as a Monster Hunter game. Anyway, these creatures are called Apponoths. They're basically your first creature to kill. They don't really fight back. They're herbivores, so that's why. One of the key things with Monster Hunter to remember is that you carve monsters. You don't have experience. You don't have any of the other girly kind of JRPG things, experience levels, stuff like that. There's nothing like that. It's, you have the experience to, by how much you play, and you carve monsters to get rewards, like raw meat, which will be useful later, and bones and other stuff. But we're getting to the close of this first episode. We'll find the village chief on the next episode of Monster Hunter Tri. Please tune into the next one. And thank you all for watching.